We are right here in the South City Grandbay, and to officially welcome you to the Southern District Cultural Festivals is none other than the chairman of the Grandbay Village Council, Mr. Edward Regis. Please make him feel welcome.
Good afternoon. Let me say a pleasant good afternoon, first of all, to the Honorable Robert Town, Minister for Tourism and Culture. Let me also recognize the Honorable Justina Charles, Parliamentary Representative for the Grandbay constituency and Minister for Youth, Sports and Constituency Empowerment. We also want to recognize in our midst here this afternoon the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism and Culture, Ms. Karen Prevost. We also want to recognize Mr. Raymond Lawrence, the Chief Cultural Officer, our MC, Mr. Glenroy Toussaint, who is also the Acting Local Government Commissioner. We also want to recognize Ms. Gillian Shillingford, Acting District Development Officer for the South, our distinguished judges, our performers, our distinguished performers who will perform for us this afternoon, the media, our cultural patrons and enthusiasts, all of you in the audience here this afternoon, good afternoon and welcome to South City Grandbay, the cultural capital of Dominica. This afternoon, of course, we are gathered here to celebrate as we normally do every year, but this year is a special year because we are celebrating our 40th anniversary of independence. And that means that it is a reunion year, a year when we come together as a people from all parts from around the world to celebrate whom we are as Dominicans. And of course, we have been ravaged by storms and hurricanes, but that did not keep us down. Dominica is still standing strong, and our culture remains strong now and always. And it is because of the people, it is because of our enthusiasm about our culture why Maria, Beryl, Erica, none of them can keep our culture down. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we are happy to come again and to celebrate whom we are as a people. In church this morning, we sang a song that stayed with me, "Let Your Light Shine." Let your light shine so the world could see. You know, the thrust that the government is now promoting is that we want to make Dominica the first climate resilient country in the world. And to do so, we have to impress and impact the world. And our culture is one of those ways, one of these avenues that we can use to impact the world, because we have a beautiful cultural tradition. And because of that cultural tradition, we can use it just as Jamaica did with reggae. We can use ballet, we can use court, we can use our quadrille to impact the world. So today I want to implore our performers to let your cultural traditions shine, and to shine brightly, so that we can really and truly say to the world, this is authentic Dominica. This is whom we are as a people. This is what we have preserved, we have fought to preserve. And so therefore, this year, our 40th anniversary of independence, we are bringing forth whom we are as a people, as culture forms part of our effort to build a climate resilient nation, the first climate resilient nation in the world. Of course, as you know, we are really and truly a people of resilience already, because we have taught the world how to survive in difficult times. And so therefore, I want to implore us to continue to pass on the cultural traditions to the younger ones. And it is maybe by divine intervention that we are here at the Pierre Charles Secondary School today, a school that has contributed significantly to the preservation of culture, and I want to commend them significantly for their contribution to culture, and to say to the young people of the PHR Secondary School that you must continue even beyond your years at this school to participate in our cultural development. I want to really and truly recognize all of the cultural groups who are performing this afternoon, those who have sustained, those who are always there. But I want to pay special recognition to the Dubic Cultural Group. I see you have made a return to Bele here in the South and in Dominica. And I am so delighted that you have returned, because your Bele is a rich Bele. That does not put down Tradibel or any other Bele group in the country. But the Dubic Cultural Group certainly has a different flavor to the Bele, and it always, you know, helps me to really appreciate Bele and our traditions very well. So I want to welcome the Dubic Cultural Group back to the stage and performing for us this afternoon. Brothers and sisters, I don't want to be very long, but today incidentally happens to be World Rivers Day. And you will say, well, why talk about rivers and we're talking culture? But our rivers are part of our cultural tradition. So Mr. MC, just allow me to indulge a bit to call your attention to our rivers, the importance of our rivers in our cultural preservation. Our rivers provide for us so many things, including recreation, food, and of course, all the water that we use in our domestic lives. And so it is important that all of us play a part in preserving our rivers. We are supposed to have 365 rivers in Dominica. We in Grandbay have the Geneva River, and we have other smaller rivers that we are blessed with. Let us play our part in preserving our rivers. We know that the government is doing quite a bit to dredge the rivers and to make sure that our rivers do not become destructive agents. But we also must play our part in helping to preserve our rivers. And so I call on the PHR Secondary School, the Grandbay Village Council that I lead, and all of us to ensure that we can do what we can to adopt the Geneva River and to make it one of the model rivers in our country. Because the Geneva River, which is fed by Pishley and Predator, provides for us so much that we must do what we can to be able to pass on our rivers in the best form that we can, so that future generations can benefit from all that the river provides for us. With these few words, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for coming this afternoon. I want to ask those who are within my hearing to ensure that you come in and support our culture, and to make sure that all of us can have a wonderful time this afternoon. Welcome again, and let us have a splendid show this afternoon. I look forward to the Midnight Groovers later on tonight, the real traditional cultural band of Dominica. Let us all have fun, and let us celebrate today and throughout the independence season. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Edward Regis, the chairman of the Grandbay Village Council. Ladies and gentlemen, we are privileged to have with us the Honorable Parliamentary Representative for the Grandbay constituency, who's also Minister for Youth, Sports and Constituency Empowerment. Please make her feel welcome, the Honorable Justina Charles.
Thank you very much, and let me say pleasant good afternoon to all of you. Recognizing among us, and let me welcome Honorable Tom to Grandbay, the Minister responsible for Tourism and Culture. I also want to recognize his Permanent Secretary, Ms. Karen Prevost. I want to recognize Mr. Raymond Lawrence, the Chief Cultural Officer, Mr. Toussaint, Local Government Commissioner, other staff members of the Local Government Department and the Cultural Division, Mr. Edward Regis, who is the chairperson of the Grandbay Village Council, Mr. Timothy Moise, who led us in prayer. I also want to recognize all of the performers who are here this afternoon, the various groups, the individuals who will be performing, and all of those who can come to enjoy what the performances that are going to be on display this afternoon. Let me say this year, our reunion and independence is celebrated under the theme, My Love, My Home, My Dominica. I want to spend a little time speaking about the theme, My Love, My Home, My Dominica. If this is our Dominica, if this is our home, and this is our love, it means therefore we are calling on all Dominicans this independence celebration period and beyond to make sure that we can live the theme. Let it not just be 3 words, love, home, Dominica. If we are truly Dominicans, we need to begin to demonstrate that patriotism that is required to make this country what it is supposed to be. Too often we speak good of Dominica, but we do not act the way that we speak. We need all hands on deck to make sure that Dominica can continue to thrive as we have been doing. As we said, we suffered from the ravages of Hurricane Maria, and we are thankful to God for having really guided us through and take us through those difficult times. So today, 40 years of our independence, we have much to celebrate. We have much to look back at and to say thank you to God. 40 years ago, Dominica was not what it is now. Too often we forget the past and we criticize what is happening now. We look around Dominica, and if we are really truly honest with ourselves, we will recognize the tremendous progress that we have made as an independent nation. Suffice to say, we too as individuals must examine ourselves. What changes has happened in my life as an individual to make me a better person? Many of us have grown and matured and become positive individuals. Many. But how many of us are lagging behind? We need to look at all the opportunities that are provided for us within this independent state as an independent body, not having to rely or take directives from any other country. We make our decisions, and you are supposed to be part of those decisions, moving this country forward. Let me say to us, let us treat this country as really our Dominica and our home and our love. Nobody entreats somebody that they love. Within the home, we try to live an exemplary life. We try to make things happen with the limited resources that we have within the home. And so let us look at the bigger home, which is Dominica. Let us use what we have effectively and efficiently so that we can see the fruits and the benefits of our work. If we are truly Dominicans and we see Dominica as our love and our home, let us each ask ourselves, what am I doing to make Dominica a better place? If I work within the public sector or the private sector, what I'm doing at my workplace is not in the interest of Dominica or to better this country and the people within the country. Am I giving the best service that I can give as a Dominican, as a patriotic Dominican? Am I doing the best that I can do? Am I trying not to waste resources within the country, the limited resources that we have, and we can maximize the use of the resources that we have? As a nation, if we claim Dominica, and I want to attest that Dominica being the nature isle of the Caribbean, and we say the world, what can we do as Dominicans to continue to make sure that we can maintain that level of work that we have done, and how can we improve what is happening in Dominica? Are we all contributing to the beauty of Dominica? Do we clean our environment? Do we clean around our homes? Do we just litter and think that somebody is being paid, NEP is being paid, A sanitary laborer is being paid. But what is your role in keeping your village, your community, your island clean? Are you committed to the development of your country? Or are you going out there to criticize your country? And too often we do not look at the positive things that are happening within our country. We are quick to criticize. We are quick to criticize. Let us look back. Let us stop and be thankful for where we are as a people, what we have achieved as a people, and let us all work and recommit ourselves to doing something for the development of our country. Do we respect ourselves, and do we respect authority, and do we respect each other? While we are building a resilient Dominica, our people are important. We also have to build positive persons. We have to build positive attitude among our people. Do we look out for each other? This year is reunion year also. Are we opening our hearts and our hands to receive our friends, our visitors, even the people that you think are not your friends? Are you opening up? Are you forgiving and letting go of the past and trying to reunite? If it's a reunion year, it means we need to reunite as in family. We need to reunite as community. We need to reunite as a country. We need to forget of those little petty things that are dividing us, and let us look at the bigger picture, which is to develop our community and to develop our country. It is our responsibility. If this is your home, it means this is the country that you will be living in. For some of us, we may never leave Dominica and go somewhere else. So that's where we are, that's where we will live, and that's where we will die. So we ought to make it the best environment and the best place that we would want to live in. Let us have pride for our country. Let us have pride in what we do. Do we, when we work, do we do it with diligence? Are we doing it to get the best results? If we clean, are we cleaning to say, yes, I am satisfied? If you work in somebody's shop, are you saying, yes, I have given a fair day's work for a fair day's pay? If you work in the public service, are you giving the best quality service to your customers? Let us do it with pride, knowing that we are serving people from our heart and not just from our lips. Dominica does not need lip service. Dominica needs hand on deck to change and to make things better. Government alone, we cannot do it alone. We need the support of every individual. The children, as simple as it is, can learn not to litter, can learn to beautify, can learn to keep things clean. And as they grow, they get greater responsibility. So we all have a role to play. Let us join hands to do it. I want at this time to welcome all of you who are in Grandbay now, and I hope that this afternoon's activity is going to really speak of the richness of our culture in Grandbay. From ballet to quadrille to all of it, to folk dancing, to all of it, and to culminate with Midnight Groovers, the kings of colors. So let us all sit, let us all enjoy it. But let us not just enjoy, let us go out and live a life of patriotism. I want to call on all of us to continue to participate in all of the independence activities that are planned by the Ministry of Tourism and Culture. I want us to be part of it because it belongs to us. And I pray that all of us will come out on Community Day of Service to give back to the country voluntarily at least one day in the 365 days that the Lord has given us to live on planet Earth. So I just want to continue to bless us as we go out and work for the development of this country. I trust that we all will enjoy this afternoon's function and make the best of the time that we have on this planet. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are privileged to have with us the minister who's responsible for all of the events for the Reunion Independence celebrations. And I want you to help me to bring on stage and welcome the Honorable Robert Tong, Minister for Tourism and Culture.
It is a pleasure for me to be here in Grandbay, the Mecca of culture, as everyone says, and it's clearly so. You have so many amazing people from the area of Grandbay. You will recall that last year we faced the challenge of Hurricane Maria, where many persons lost lives and many of our properties were damaged. Obviously, as a result of that, our celebrations last year were not what they ought to be. But this year we are doing our best to be back on stream, and the government of Dominica is fully committed, I must say, fully committed to ensure that all of these events are properly funded so that we can expose our culture to our people. Yesterday we had the reopening of Reunion 2018, and I dare say the comments and the feedback from the persons, especially in the diaspora, and also those who were there at the event, it brought back really fond memories of their childhood and themselves growing up. You know, it really made us remind of the culture that we have, the rich cultural heritage that we have, the ones that I think sometimes we forget. And I think one of my roles is to try and see how we can make sure that culture becomes part of our regular way of life, and not only at this point in time of the year. Over the next few weeks, you'll experience and have the opportunity to participate in many other events and cultural events throughout Dominica. We know that this year, Creole in the Park was cancelled, but I want to say to you that the government of Dominica realized how important that these activities are in terms of showcasing our culture, and also for the youth, the new persons who want to move up to the World Creole Music Festival stage. This is also an opportunity for them, plus also the significant economic activity that it has. But it's also a time where persons go to the park and enjoy great food. They also meet all of their old friends. So the government of Dominica is committed, and we have engaged many of our partners, and they have provided us with amazing support. So we will be having an event called Creole Rendezvous instead of Creole in the Park for the same 4 days, so that you can come there and meet your family and friends, see the young persons perform, and have a fantastic time. Creole Festival also is one of our headline events, and we are fully committed, and we have a very amazing lineup this year, and we hope that many persons will be coming back to take part in this event. In this context, we are celebrating this year's Independence theme, My Love, My Home, My Dominica, Building a Resilient Nation. I won't go through the explanation that Honorable Justina Charles made. It was a wonderful explanation. If this is our home, if this is our country, if this is our culture, we have to ensure that we embrace it and that we take care of it. And I think one of the important things, as I said before, the government of Dominica is fully committed to supporting as much of culture and within all the different aspects. But one very important point is that the government can do all of this, but we as individuals, we as parents, we as mentors, we have to ensure that we hand down these traditions to our family first and our friends. I remember myself, and I try to remember how did the teachings of my father impact me. And I know as a young guy growing up, even when I didn't want to hear it, my father always talked about business and business and business. As a result, business is drilled in me. And fortunately or unfortunately for my kids, I'm doing the same thing to them. So we also have to add that cultural part. Culture is a rich heritage part, and we have to know where we came from, why we do the things that we do, why we have the colors that we wear. So we too have to do our part to ensure that we bring down this knowledge to our friends and families. We have to ensure that we can teach persons to take part in these events. Like the Prime Minister said, who's going to take over the whole issue of ports? So again, I'm really happy to be here. I want to say that the government of Dominica is committed to supporting culture in all its different forms and concepts, and we look forward to you having a wonderful time. Thank you very much.
The Pidit Savan Jinping Band, led by Hans Francis. with the Pierre Charles Secondary School led by Bella Lifam. they give you Natty Well in the form of a drumming Assam. As they deliver our culture through drumming Assam.
Yes, Mr. Walker, back for school. Yes, 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 yes.
Let's give a round of applause to the Pitit Savin Cultural Group with Waltz of Yen. Afinia Daru.
At this point, ladies and gentlemen, let me say good evening to everybody present. Hope you're enjoying the festival here in South City, Grandbay. I certainly am, taking in all the vibes, the beautiful atmosphere right here at the courtyard of the Patron Secondary School. At this point, we're not going to take a lot of time. We're just going to present 4 awards to 4 persons selected by the community for recognition at the festival. Persons whom they feel have made contributions to the development of culture in the district and in Dominica. In fact, the 4 persons are listed in your program. So we will start with the first person, who is Scholastic Answer. On here she is. From Dubic, put your hands together for her. Scholastic is the granddaughter of one of Dominica's revered ballet icons. That's Matutu. Scholastic is a member of the well-known Dubic cultural group, in which she, on a few occasions, has served as lead singer. Scholastic was very instrumental in the recording of the group's only CD. Espoir is the name of the CD. When asked if she had to say anything to the youth of Dominica, she said, "I would like to encourage our young people to practice our traditional culture and never let it die." So those are her words to the young people of Dominica. A lot of wisdom coming there from Elastic. Scholastic, the National Cultural Council and the Division of Culture present you with this special recognition award. Put your hands together for her for her special award. The second special award goes to Theodora Dennis. There she is, Theodora Dennis, or Tedo, as she's affectionately called, has been involved in culture from the very young age of 7. Tedo helped her small family group capture the first prize on many occasions at the independence competitions held at the Windsor Park. Tedo said she remembers fondly having to perform with her mother, Augustine, and also Auntie Orion and grandmother Matutu. Since then, Tedo has kept on dancing and singing in that field and in that art form that she loves so much, which is the ballet. She was a member of the Tambata cultural group and is a present member of the Tradibel cultural group. She served as lead singer and also as a dancer with the Tradibel cultural group. And she has represented Dominica in countries like Martinique, St. Thomas, and Barbados. Tedo was also instrumental in training the ballet dance to a few young people from Dubic and Grandbay. So at this point, the National Cultural Council and the Division of Culture present to you Theodora Dennis with this special recognition award. Presented to her by the Honorable Minister for Tourism and Culture, Honorable Robert Tongue. Up next we have Miriam Hilaire Fontaine. She's affectionately known as Miss Mary, and she was born in the village of Petit Savanne. She's been the wife of Mr. Harold Fontaine since 1980 and the mother of 6 wonderful children. She entered the dancing arena in 1988 and has been an active member of the Petit Savanne cultural group to persons in Délice, Tête-Mon, Pichelin, Bagatelle, and Bellevue-Chopin. She's also sewn her own traditional wear, like the wapdouillette and the jipe, and she's a well-known seamstress for children in Bagatelle, Délice, persons in Dubic, and also the Petit Savanne cultural group. Mary's love for community goes beyond her participation in cultural activities. She has served as a counselor for 3 terms, and she was the choir leader in the Pittit Savan Catholic Church. At this point, the National Cultural Council and the Division of Culture present you Miriam Hilaire Fontaine of Pittit Savan with this special recognition award. Congratulations. And our final awardee is Vincent Cyril the Elf Henderson of Grandbay. He's the brother of Adriana Henderson, brother of Leonard, Rene, and Roland Henderson. As a young boy, he was an acolyte and loved playing sports. However, at the age of 14, his interest turned to music of different genres. Wherever there was music, you would find Elf in the band house, singing in the choir, or playing in church. He was also a member of the La Jeune Étoile Chorale. Elf was about 16 years old when Matutu and her entire family came down into the main Grandbay area, and this action made Matutu and her family the neighbors of Elf. They brought with them the belly dance, and Elf was the only other person Orion would allow to beat the drum, since he excelled in it. He was a founding member of the SLD, the Southern Liberation Dancers. He also joined the Midnight Groovers when he was 17, and he's played in bands like Black Bees, Descendants of Dominica, and the Tradibel Cultural Group, for which he has composed many Bele songs, including the popular song Dam Chebedu Leu Mafi. Presently he composes songs for groups such as Sibuli Cultural Group and the Grandbay Primary School. And he has entered numerous competitions in Dominica, and he represented the island at the CBU, the Caribbean Broadcasting Union Song Contest in Barbados in 2000. In 2006, he also received a special recognition award during the Golden Drum Awards ceremony. Elf plans to pass on his skills to the younger ones so that they continue in his legacy. And at this point, the National Cultural Council and the Division of Culture present you Vincent Cyril Elf Henderson with this special recognition award on this 30th day of September 2018. Let's hear it for him, ladies and gentlemen. We've come to the end of the award ceremony. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister for Tourism and Culture. Thank you, Mother.
Let's welcome and give a round of applause to Banjo, a string band led by Hans Francis. the very culturally known Pitted Savannah Cultural Group as they give us lancers. Earlier on they gave us some Jinping music, then they gave us waltz of Vienne, and now they're giving us lancers and later on some quadrille. So let's give a round of applause to the Pitted Savannah Cultural Group.
Bonsoir. Bonsoir. Dominique. Bonsoir. South City. Bonsoir. Guadeloupe. Bonsoir. Guyane. Bonsoir. Africa. Bonsoir. Vous connaissez Africa? Nous sommes Africa. Dominica. One. Dominica. We are one. One African. Chaque temps mon change au filia. Chaque temps mon change au filia. Mon cas changer Dominique. I love you. Chaque temps mon change au filia. Mon cas changer Dominique. I love you. Chaque temps mon change au filia. Mon cas changer Dominique. Dominica. I love you. Nous ni Mendea. Nous ni Tumblasa. Nous ni Coachilla. Nous ni Sotisa. Nous ni Reggae. Nous ni Cadansa. Chacun mon chanter au filia. I love you. Dominica. Tu passes à battre pour comme ça. Tu passes à battre pour moi. Tu passes à jouer pour comme ça. Tu passes à battre pour moi. Tu passes à jouer pour comme ça. Tu passes à jouer pour moi. I love you, Dominica. Chanter mon chanter filia. I love you, Dominica. Ni Sotisa, ni Reggae, ni Tumblasa, ni Cadansa, ni Coachilla, ni Belle Sauté, ni Belle Pigeon, ni Sotisa. Tu passes à jouer tambour comme ça, tu passes à jouer tambour. Tu passes à jouer tambour comme ça, tu passes à jouer tambour. Tu passes à jouer tambour. Tu passes à jouer tambour. Tu passes à jouer tambour comme ça, tu passes à jouer tambour. Chaque mon change au filia. I love you, Dominica. Chaque mon change au filia. I love you, Dominica. Passager tambour comme ça. Passager tambour. Passager tambour comme ça. Passager tambour. Chacun mon changer au filia. Dominica. I love you. Nous ni Tumblasa. Nous ni Mendea. Nous ni Belle Sauté. Nous ni Belle Piche. Nous ni les Rosa. Nous ni Guasa. Et Cadansa. Et Cadansa. Chacun mon changer au filia. Dominica. I love you. Mon aimant. Chacun mon changer au filia. Dominica. I love you. Mon aimant. Tu passes à battre pour comme ça. Tu passes à battre pour moi. Tu passes à jouer tambour comme ça. Tu passes à jouer tambour. Tu passes à jouer tambour comme ça. Tu passes à jouer tambour. Tu passes à jouer tambour comme ça. Tu passes à jouer tambour. Ni Belle Sauté. Ni Belle Pigeon. Ni Coachilla. Ni Mendea. Ni Sotisa. Ni Cadansa. Passager tambour comme ça. Passager tambour. Passager tambour comme ça. Passager tambour. Chacun mon change au filia. Dominica.
We are ready for Miss Fontaine as she takes us down memory lane. Cultural group, a very diverse group, I must say, as they remedy us with quadrille. So a round of applause again to the Pinit Savan Cultural Group.